What's up everyone? Welcome to another video by CGF. In the month of October, it's all about the tech coming out. So that's why we call it TechTober. In my last video, we saw the new Google Chromecast with the Google TV. If you haven't checked out that video, click on the exclamation mark on the top. So today we will unbox the new Apple Watch Series 6. Well, I've used this watch for almost a month now and will help you make that decision if it's a must buy for you or should you stick to the smartwatch which you already have. Starting off with its variants and prices. Apple introduced two variants for its users, one being the SE version for $279 USD, which is not a big improvement from the last year's Apple Watch Series 5. They've only added a sleep tracker, which we will discuss in a bit. This watch is specifically for those users who are just entering the Apple ecosystem and want to try what Apple has to offer. Coming to the watch, which we will discuss in depth in this video, is the Apple Watch Series 6. This watch has many variants starting from $399 USD, which goes up to $699 USD. The new colors and designs are interesting, with the new blue and red flavors in particular, which looks appealing on the wrist. What we have here is the Series 6 space grey aluminum casing with the black sports band. The unboxing experience for this watch is my first one and I was overwhelmed with the detailing Apple has added to this smartwatch. The packaging consists of two boxes, one for the bands and the other one being obviously for the timepiece. Talking about the bands, these are the same from last year's Series 5, which comes in two different sizes, one being the small and the other being for the larger wrist users. We will take out the larger wrist size one. So now coming to the timepiece box. On the top, you have your user manual, which is again basic for every Apple Watch. On the bottom, you have your charging dock. And now the main thing, which is the watch itself. It will light up upon sliding out of its casing. That's because of the pressure we applied to take it out. Very nice touch by Apple here. So now let's set it up. Well, it took me nearly an hour to set it up, as it updates a bunch of softwares on the watch and even on your phone if you haven't updated it recently. On top of that, it needs to have 30% minimum battery on your phone and on the watch. I hope it's better for you. Coming to the main section now, which is the new features added to this year's edition of Apple smartwatch. You would not like my viewpoint on this, but I'm here to give a full hands-on review on this. So first is the blood oxygen and the ECG. So straight off the bat, this is not a device to be used for medical purposes. Even Apple themselves have said this many times that it is not to be considered for medical reasons. It won't give you the most accurate data. According to many articles, it already has sent a ton of people to hospital because it was showing that they might have a cardiac arrest or whatnot. And out of those, only 10% who were suffering from some kind of cardiac problem, which they already knew of. I'm not saying that it is wrong, but the problem over here is that misleading data could rack up unnecessary bills for the people. The next big feature being the sleep tracking. Well, sleep tracking has been there for ages now, and Apple just implemented it in their watch. In a world where other smartwatches give you an in-depth data of how good your sleep was, Apple just tells you that you slept at this time and you woke up on this time. Well, I'm not sure how relevant is that to anybody, but Apple users can now track their sleep. Other than that, all the features are the same on the previous Apple Watches or would get them in their next software update. The one good thing about this watch is actually the haptic motor, which vibrates very smoothly for notifications or alarms. The alarm will be so smooth that you don't wake up in a shock. Now coming to the last part, which is the battery of the smartwatch. The battery lasts almost around 24 hours. That's with always on display on. If you switched it off, you could easily get more out of your watch. The battery actually hasn't improved a lot from the Series 4 or the 5. This is due to new features are being added every time to the watch, so the end result always falls on the battery. The good news is it charges very quickly as compared to its previous generation models, so you could just plug it in when you're getting ready for your work or just when you wake up. So to finish off my review and hands-on experience of this watch, well, it's not going to be a definite buy for people who already have the Series 4 or the Series 5. It will be for the people who haven't changed their smartwatch from the past 3 years or want to have a feel of the Apple ecosystem. If we talk about the fitness side of these smartwatches, they are not accurate and should not be considered as a tool to measure health or fitness. Beyond that, The rest of the new features that arrived with the Apple Watch 6, like sleep tracking, hand wash tracking, and the new loop bands, will be made available to older Apple Watches also. Other than that, don't go for the new loop bands, they won't last long as it will lose its elasticity. If you like my viewpoint, do take time to click the subscribe button, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment, and yes, please like the video. So that's it from my side, until the next one.